welcome back, Adobe live streamers.
Ooh, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
It's the last day with Colby Clites.
Oh, yeah.
We are really glad you're joining us. Hello, everyone in the chat.
So awesome to see familiar faces again. People that are joining us for the third day in a row. That's
third day,
awesome.
It's about to get real.
Oh, yeah.
And we're excited. Colby,
Yeah.
last day, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. You know, it's exciting. A little sad to be leaving, after this, but it's an awesome opportunity, and I'm so glad to be here.
Awesome. We're so glad you're here too.
Thank you.
It's been a great week. I hope you guys have tuned into Hank, and all the creative challenges. I hope you guys are psyched on today's. We have a road trip randomizer.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool. You're working on that. Oh yeah, road trip randomizer. You have to design the interface and prototype with the slider. I can't wait to see those. I can't wait. All right.
Yeah.
So, and also, one more chance to win stickers.
That's awesome.
This is a great day.
For the chat and win later on, so that'll be super cool.
Yeah, can't wait. And it's also almost Friday. Let's not forget that.
Oh yeah, and hello everyone who's joining us. Dana, Joe, Julia, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Let us know where you're tuning in from too.
Yeah, let us know.
So we're super excited. We're here in San Francisco, so let's see where everyone else is at.
Sunny but chilly, San Francisco.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Ooh, wow.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, awesome.
Hey. Cool, right on, Colby.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing today?
So today we're gonna be focusing on the Hurricane Preparedness app. But before we dive into that too, I'll give you a little bit about me just real quick. So again, I'm Colby Clites. I'm a graphic designer working out of Orlando, Florida. You can find my social media and website above. The first part, we did UX design, wireframes. We focused on plugins and components. On part 2, we dove into the UI design. We threw in a nice little fun theme too and gave it colors and typography. And for part 3, we're focusing on case studies, brand identity, mockups, and process work. So today we really want to show how you would lay out this app in a portfolio piece. So that's our overall goal.
Really important stuff. You can toil and spend so much time working on those wireframes and making sure those colors are right, but if you can't present it and present it well, how are we going to know about it? How are we going to know how to use it? So Colby's going to let us know how he does that, if this process work.
And so a little bit about this app we're designing. So all of you who've joined us for all 3 parts, you probably are familiar with this by now. But for those of you who don't know, it's an app that helps people find hurricane supplies. So the problem is during the time of right before a hurricane comes, it's so hard to get water and gasoline and other essential resources. You can go to multiple grocery stores and anywhere in your area and it can be sold out, or it could have stuff in stock and you never really know. So we wanted to design a mobile application that helps people find, what's in their area. We wanted it to be updated by community, and we wanted to help just reduce the stress around a hurricane warning. So that's what we're working on.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's been great. It's been really, really great. The community has really reached out and given us some great ideas and tips around.
It's great feedback.
Can this app be used for something other than a hurricane? We have a big crowd from all over the world. And let's just
Belgium,
shout out some
India,
places.
Nigeria,
hey London, hey Nigeria,
Turkey.
Washington State, Chicago. Wow.
New York City. Yeah, that's awesome. Just to be able to see
awesome.
people from all over the world.
Yeah. And so here's one example. Colby, you're from Florida.
Yeah.
And so hurricanes are, that's what's happening down there.
These
are the things to prepare for. But shout out some other other ways this app could live in other places. Is there we have a lot of forest fires out here.
Yeah.
Maybe there could be an app that can kind of help that too. So this is a great kind of foundation for something bigger, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So this is where we left off yesterday. And what I realized too is I know I applied the character styles into my assets panel of our typography, but I never actually applied it. And I realized that afterwards, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And so I also went in a little more and added the colors and everything and prototyped it to where we end up with this version over here, which is the one I worked on a little bit more. So we can dive into this and I can show you kind of the stuff we changed a little bit too.
Definitely.
Which, as a side note too, we still need a name for this application.
Oh.
So that's something that if y'all have any cool name ideas, I know we have a whole list right here, which I can go through them real quick.
Yeah, why don't you go through some of these early ideas?
Yeah, and we can see if anyone else has anything that pops in their brain. That'd be super cool. So Hurry, Hurri, that one's pretty cool.
I like that
Or
one.
Hurry Go. There's Hurricane Supply app. There's Hurry Care. There's just Hurry with like a Y at the end. There's a Hurry Worker. There's Hurry Can't. Storm Trooper, which I think is kind of funny, but I don't know if that would actually work. but it's always fun. I think maybe Twister and Storm Prep and Hurry Prep. So there's lots of variations around, these different words, but it's really cool that we actually have like a list now. So if you all have any other ideas, we can add them to the list, and then we can start thinking about this, because soon we'll have to go ahead and commit to a name and move forward.
Oh yeah.
So
it's coming
it'll
up.
be locked in stone.
We had 3 days to prep for this
Right.
for this name. I hope you guys have some more ideas. I think the winner might be on that list. That's a pretty good list.
There's a pretty good list, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Shout out one. Oh, we got
Twister. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, that could totally work.
Let's see. We'll see.
So a little bit about this app. I can go and show you the screens right now too. And some advice you gave me too. With Wes Anderson films, apparently the text is in yellow. And I know we had like an influence from like Boy Scouts and Wilderness Scouts and Wes Anderson movies, so I tried to take that advice and apply it in a little bit.
Cool.
And so we'd go into the splash screen right here and then continue with, so we'd log in with our email. And this brings you to the sign in, sign up page. And you can click back and forth, and it can be whether you want to sign in or sign up. So it's pretty basic. The keyboard pops up in case you want to type your name, email, all that fun stuff. And then we go to the map right here, which is the home screen. And so I went into the menu right here and added a little bit of color to it, just to try to give it a little more flavor, some spice. And then I added, we have all these icons on the map. So these little houses right here are for grocery stores in the area. The little gas is for gas stations, of course. And these are for almost like hardware stores. Because we talked about one of the other essential things or resources to find would be like supplies.
Right.
Oh, I didn't change those icons. I just now realized that. So I need to do that eventually. But the way we're going to differentiate, the gas stations, which ones have supplies and which don't, is based off color. So we talked about like the traffic light, system where it's red, yellow, green. So I feel like that's something that's universally understood.
Sure, yeah.
So then, you'd search and let's say water, and then it takes you to this other interface right here where you can see, the gas stations in your area, or the water, the places that might have them, or supplies as well. And then you can go into, click Walmart. And so yeah, I added a little section right here. Yeah, so I spiced it up a little bit. And so right here, this button, it can open in your maps. So if you want to go to this Walmart location, you can open it in the maps that you're used to using, like the Apple or Google and all that fun stuff. And to actually add a comment, I tried to add a little button or a little line right there almost with this. So if you wanted to write a review, then let's pretend we're Alexa. You can click on, it was okay. It's like yellow. Maybe you upload a photo, which is some advice we got too.
So yeah, you gotta you're working with a lot of the feedback we got from yesterday's chatter live streamers. They were talking about photo upload during this whole.
Yeah, and that was some great advice. Yeah, I feel like it was maybe like, I don't know. I feel like I saw your name in there too, who gave us the advice. But yeah, to be able to leave a comment, you can rate how your experience was basically, and also upload a photo and kind of, give feedback and like show, the shelves are empty, or there's a long line at this gas station, and stuff along those lines.
Do you want to, refresh our memory around like what these colors represent exactly?
Yeah. So that's a good point. It's based on with the grocery store like this. It's based around how the users rank it, which would be if there's water or not usually. So if it's, you had a good experience, you're able to find the resources you need, it'd be green. If you got there and there's like only a couple left, or you got stuck with like Fiji water or something that, you don't really want.
It's like there's water, but it's not really.
It's not
Do you
really
want to pay an arm and a leg for it? For just some water bottles. Got it.
It's not really something I was looking for.
Mediocre experience.
Exactly. Just nothing crazy. And then red, you get there and there's nothing there, and it's like, what am I doing here? This is terrible. Stay away. And then you leave a comment and click submit rating. And you can see Alexa came down here in her comments, joined Paco and everyone else. Which right here they have all good reviews, but we can ignore that right now.
Yeah.
And they have their
you got a
badge.
little badge on it.
Oh yeah. And last updated, you can see the timestamp too. So a big thing is to be able to see how recently they commented. So that way if like, earlier in the day it may have been restocked, but recently, it only had some water left. So it may not be super great.
Well, that's great. We're really starting to see it more fleshed out, and like kind of seeing that range of there was water here, now there's not so much water here. You really got to see like how it could look in action. Can we go back to that screen actually? It was really, really cool.
Definitely. We can just click in the map actually, and it'll take us right here over to Walmart. And you can see the users uploaded their little photo right there, and ideally you'd be able to click on those, maybe they expand. And you have their badges as well. It shows like, they're legit.
Very cool. And what do those badges represent again for people who are first joining us?
Yeah, so I can explain it a little bit right here with this icon when we go into profile. So we can look at Alexa and you see the badge. It's real influence from like Boy Scout, Wilderness Scout vibe, but it's Be Prepared Hurricane Dorian. So some of the advice, I think it was an idea you came up with, was to maybe have badges that are specific to the hurricanes. So it's like if you join the app during Hurricane Dorian, then you'd receive this badge. And over time, maybe like next year or later in the season, you know, if there is another hurricane, which we don't want, you know, but if there is one, then it shows that, you know, you've been using this app for a while and you have multiple badges. And
Yeah. Do you feel like there's that kind of sense of almost like in it together, like you've gotten through this hurricane together? There's a beginning to feel like some sort of community happening on this app with these badges, right?
Definitely. And it starts to, you know, you can start to see who's actually like, who's been around for a while, who's, being updated. And it just kind of makes them feel a little more legit too. When you see a badge next to someone, you're like, oh, that's official. Like they're probably, I don't know, that's the way I kind of see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just having a little more like it's almost super users, people who are on this app and who've really made the trek out there into the world and seeing like what's available.
Definitely. And so
credibility is a big thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Wanting to kind of give this illusion of credibility.
Yeah.
Or it will be.
It's true.
Yeah.
But also in the profile, I tried to break down, total reviews. And maybe Alexa gave 7 reviews total. You know, she was last active 3 hours ago, and she's been a member since September of 2019. So you can kind of see quickly, some stuff about her that helps, confirm that, like, she's legit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then, we have the homepage. But, each of these, you can kind of click on these icons as well. It'll take you to the gas station one. You can see all the comments. And again, you click on it. Alexa leaves a comment and populates down here. And you can just see how recently it got gas quickly. It was a great experience.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's where we're at right now. I think we have a lot of it prototyped, which is pretty fun. And we have these screens as well. And the next step we're going to be focusing on today is actually laying out in a case study. And so the way I like to do this is the same thing with like wireframes, where I'll literally draw on a piece of paper, do like rectangles and boxes and all that fun stuff, and just get ideas out quickly. And then I went into XD and tried to make my own quick little wireframe and break it down. And so when I do that, I'll go into create a new artboard, and I'll just make a box real quick. But one of the things I like to make sure is that the width is 1920. And so that way it's like the same width as a normal screen. Mm-hmm. And then however far it goes down really depends on how much content you want to include. So over here you can see, I have case study 1, so it's the top. So right here I was thinking maybe this is like a banner or like a mock-up that really shows, the app from like a different perspective. And rather than just like on a phone, maybe it shows it like with some color and with the title, and it's almost like where the thumbnail would go. Mm-hmm. And then right here, a little description about the app. And then I break it up right here because in Behance, it's nice to actually embed the project. So I'd want to have that maybe in between these 2 images.
Right.
So that way there's a nice section for it. And then we can go in here and place the inspiration board that we had. We can show badges as well and kind of describe the vibe we're going for. Because I really think a very important part of a case study is actually describing what you're doing and showing, or even just telling it too. Because you want to show it, but you also want it to be very clear so that way everyone's on like the same page.
Right. You're setting up the context of like where your app would live.
Exactly, like explaining stuff like the badges and where that may have came from, and like be prepared why that motto is being used and how it kind of applies to the theme. And then I broke it up again in case I'd want to include like an animation or something. And then I go into case study 3, where right here maybe I'm going to lay out the word mark that we make whenever we decide on the name of our app. And then I can show the typography and the typefaces that are used and lay them out. The colors, I can break down the color palette, and I can also show sketches. So these are just several different ways I can kind of break down the app. And then down below it, I can also go and show more mock-ups. So that would be my goal there, is to actually break down some of the more complicated pages and show those interactions.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's where we're at right now and what we're going to be kind of diving into today.
Have you done several, so you mostly post your case studies on Behance, correct?
Oh, some, yeah, and some of them are on like my actual portfolio as well.
Yeah, do you feel like those layouts change from Or do you kind of keep consistent with those?
It changes.
Okay.
Because sometimes, like with this app, I want to maybe give it, I'll apply like the branding to this as well, where we use the same typefaces and colors and style and try to give it that whole wilderness Boy Scout vibe still. But in other projects, it may be very different. Because some of the other case studies I've done have been for like branding for a small business or something. And those mock-ups and the stuff I'm trying to communicate is very different. So it does really vary case by case depending on like the project. But overall, I think it's really good just to go and break down every aspect of it that you can.
Very cool.
Oh yeah.
Love it. I could see like a really like a photo of like maybe the app in someone's hands and like as they're like going to the store. Or
Yeah, and that would be
or maybe
awesome.
Like,
and that's why I dove around Adobe stock too to really try to find some of those. iPhone at like grocery store. And we can look at these, and there's some of these that could work. Yeah.
Look at that one.
Right? And the thing is with some of these too is they're not necessarily mock-ups that have like smart objects too, which I'm used to. They're more like JPEGs, and they may be different iPhone dimensions too, which is kind of tough.
Yeah.
And so there is one that I really like to use, which it's not an Adobe stock, unfortunately, but it's on a site called Graphic Burger, which is created by Adam Scorvrin. And it's iPhone X mockups. It has 9 different angles, and it's super useful.
Mockups, man.
Yeah, mockups are so much fun.
Pretty cool. If anyone has any favorite places they get their mockups from,
yeah, some resources. Let's share it.
Share them out, because that is there's so many different ways to get your screens on another screen, on an actual screen.
Yeah, definitely.
Make it look good. I know some people like to not so much show it in context, just show it on the screen in a kind of styled version. Not very, and some people like to. In a grocery store, what does that app look like? What does this look like?
Yeah, in the hands of a person, like what the user might look like. It helps really just understand, like.
Yeah. It's all about what can tell your story best.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do is go ahead and select all these, and I'll export the selected artboards. And so let's make these JPEGs, and I'm going to change to make sure it's in the appropriate file. And then let's just go let's make this one called Test 8. That says text, but oh well. I'll select that folder and export it, just so it's all in its own place. And what's nice about this is I can export that specifically. Because if I go to export all, I'm gonna end up with all these other ones that I have in here too. So it's very nice just to be able to zero in on, just these screens and have those. And then what I'll do is I'll open up Photoshop, and I'll open up that file that I downloaded from Graphic Burger, created by Adam Scorvrin. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I apologize. This is a very useful resource, so I'm super grateful for it. And I can double click this layer right here, and it allows me to edit what is in this screen. So I can go in and drop the screen that I have. So let me go into my files real quick, export 8, and let's see which one we should have as our home screen. Maybe we'll just have the map for right now. And I can just drag it right into here. And the thing is too, I need to make sure that I have it in the right layer so that way it's inside this mask. And you can see it kind of gets applied and it starts to take shape, and I'll save it. And then I'll go right here and boom, the mock-up shows up, which is super fun.
Whoa.
And super easy. And I see Tim has one as well, rotate.xyz to mock up your prototype. And there's also Adobe Dimensions, which is super cool, where you can work with 3D objects and kind of place stuff on top there. It's a little trickier, but it's very user-friendly, and especially if you're used to Adobe products already, a lot of the interface is like the same for the most part, the shortcuts and all those fun things.
Or you can use a plugin, the angle plugin in XD. There's so many ways.
See, I didn't know that one. Yeah, there's so many different ways to do this.
So many ways. This feels like, keep shouting them out. Let us keep going with the mock-up.
Yeah, this one that Tim showed is really cool too.
Different ways to mock up your designs. These are important things.
Definitely.
Staging, making it look good.
Oh yeah. And then what I like to do is actually go in and hide the background, hide the shadow, and hide the noise texture. And you can see the phone right here goes on a transparent background. And I can just export this as a PNG file and keep the transparency, which is super nice. And let me just export that, and I'll go back into my files and save it in the same folder. I'll just call this one Mockup 1. And then we can minimize this, and I'll go ahead and Let me find this. Mock-up one is right here, but let me actually go down to that case study, that like wireframe that I'm working on a little bit.
Work it out.
Work it
out.
Bring it up a little closer.
I like that you mock up your case study. I really do.
Well, it's nice, then you can kind of get the overall layout of it. Because if I don't, sometimes I end up forgetting stuff or losing details.
Yeah, it definitely helps to just, for anybody who's working on a case study, it just helps to kind of lay it out. Lay it out beforehand. Lay it out like you would sketch it out. It's essentially what a wireframe is, right? That way you can see if the story you're telling makes sense in the way that you want it to make sense.
Definitely.
Ooh.
All right, so this starts to look kind of nice and take shape. Because I can already have these colors. Oop, the wrong file. Document assets. See, I already have all these colors that are right here, so it's super easy just to, start to play with it and see what works. Which I do like this one. And then we can kind of zoom it in a little bit, just kind of get a close-up vibe. I feel like we should commit to a name. Or should we wait till chat and win ends for the name, and then we can ask them what their names might be or something?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
okay.
wait. Let's wait a second. We have some.
We can build some hype.
Let's build. Perfect. What a hype, man. Yeah, let's build up that hype.
Oh yeah.
For all y'all, if you're coming in right now, we need a name for this app.
Yes, we need a nice name.
We have some great ideas.
We're gonna put hurricane right now.
But again, this is a hurricane preparedness app, so this is something that you would use maybe in the couple weeks prior to a hurricane. You're looking for water, gasoline, supplies to secure your house and other objects, and so these are some context for you, so you can come up with a name. We have like hurry
worker, storm prep, twister, hurry care. I
like Stormtrooper.
It is fun,
really
and it's
like
just like it's a nice playful idea too.
Something about like weathering the storm together.
Yeah,
troop
is like Boy Scout. They're like being a trooper. Like it kind of works.
It's got the Star Wars context we know, but hey, maybe,
and it could work.
Maybe use it.
I don't know if I'd get in trouble or something.
Yeah, what do you guys think of Stormtrooper?
Yeah,
or like
any
a
thoughts?
play on words with.
Or any variations that kind of reference that, but maybe a little different.
Anything
somehow.
about weathering the storm.
Yeah.
Because hurricane, hurricane implies, maybe the storm is it always going to be a hurricane, or maybe it's just.
That's true. It could, even like a tropical storm, it could be anything. Or like who knows?
Hurry list.
Hurry list.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
You can write that one down too.
Yeah.
Just to have more options. Hurry list. Nice. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Awesome. And I can work on a little bit of copy right here. This is a hurricane preparedness app created on Adobe Live using Adobe XD. Our goal was to create a mobile application that helps the user find resources near them. So it's nothing crazy. I'm not a great writer, but it works for right now, just to get a general idea of what we're trying to show. And then,
Nice.
Bring it up a little bit. I need something else to work behind this too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it should be.
Yeah. I think it's important to kind of, for that first initial image, to kind of show some context around it, right? So right now your screen is of a map.
Yeah, and it doesn't really tell you anything else about the application.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to think how we solve that problem, by adding another screen, or by like a mock-up where the person is actually in a store. I really think would be the best bet.
That would be interesting.
That would be cool.
An image of a storm doesn't feel right.
No, it just seems super
something
intimidating
maybe
or something.
around. Yeah, something around the actions of going out and getting, maybe like a lot, maybe. Yeah, let's look for something here.
Yeah, see, iPhone grocery store. It's maybe iPhone X if I specify. But then we get all these close-up ones, and it's like all these other different Walmart apps is all they're doing. So let's try one more real quick, because I don't want to spend too long searching around Adobe stock forever. I'm sure no one wants to see that. But yeah, see, a lot of these don't really feel appropriate or really work too well.
If anyone has
Yeah.
any thoughts?
Yeah, any cool ones that might work pretty well. You know, we're definitely open. I'll go ahead and make another one here with a different screen too, just so we have a couple options. And I'll go into my files. And, maybe,
It almost reminds me of like a first aid situation, like it's something, another tool to have in your kit. So maybe something around like a safety kit background, something around that. We'll play with the idea. We're playing around.
And we're totally open to any ideas if anyone's got anything. 'Cause this is totally group effort. And some of the better ideas have been from some of the viewers.
Yeah.
Like to be able to upload photos and comments to make the badges specific to the hurricanes. Like those are all just such great ideas.
Just like this this app concept is bringing together community to help someone out, an individual out. We have the community helping Colby out, really to, refine his app, refine the ideas a little bit more. It truly is like co-designing here. Cyclone, just throwing that out there.
Cyclone?
It's got Cyclone.
Oh, cool.
Let's see.
Yeah, really cool.
Very cool.
And then
now
I
you're mocking
exported
up
that. And I just had another screen just to give me another option to play with. I have it right here. I can just drag it right into XD. So it's super easy. And then I'll just go ahead and scale it down a little bit. And it still isn't my favorite, but it gives us something else to work with. And it kind of helps explain it a little more, at least. Because you can see, oh, there's Walmart and there's comments and yeah.
Hi. Hi to new people in the chat who are saying hi.
Yeah.
We have about 2 minutes, 30 seconds till we start winning some stickers.
Ooh, and some sticker mule stickers too.
Everyone get your fingers ready to start typing to chat to win. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, super great.
100 sticker mule stickers.
Yeah, and sticker mule is incredible. And I see some other names in there too. Hurry Up, Hurry App. And so we have so many variations of
Hurry Up. I like that.
hurry.
Does that count as the pun for the day? Hurry Up.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I feel like
I feel
like it needs a little more, to be an official pun of the day. So I'm sure Tim is looking over some now too.
Oh yeah.
Come up with ideas.
For those who want to get in on the pun situation here,
Mm-hmm.
we're allowing one pun a live stream with Colby.
Oh yeah.
Probably get some comments about that.
Yeah, hopefully get some good ones. Nice. And then, I'll go into this next little part. So I mostly just want to kind of lay it out quickly, and then we can go in and adjust the details and spice it up a little bit. Nice. And so right here I was going to do the inspiration board next.
Ooh, I love the inspiration board.
The inspiration boards are always fun because you can find some of the stuff that you love the most and combine it. And
yeah, it's all about the vibe. Inspiration boards, also known as mood boards.
yeah.
It's one of my favorite parts of designing.
Yep. So I was just going to export that whole one as a whole, or that whole board as like a whole. Yeah, I keep saying that. Like maybe I can word that
The
better.
whole
but
thing as a whole.
Yeah.
A whole lot of doing stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I'll just go ahead and kind of drop it right in here. And you can see, we can just play with it a little bit and see how we want to do it. And 45 seconds left on the chat and win.
Ooh.
So it's super fun.
Everyone say hi.
Yeah.
Just
Sticker hurricane.
hello. How about hello? How about say hi?
Say hello.
Hi in your native.
A lot of people are speaking English
That's
right
true,
now
that's
too.
true.
But I know not everyone does.
Oh man, let's see. What's
I feel like it should be hurricane related though, and I really liked how the first one we kind of spun it into like hurricane bunker food. Maybe there's something that's like, oh, what's your go-to like how are you gonna kill time during a hurricane, or like either game, or I don't know. It's like
favorite indoor. So yesterday was favorite outdoor activity. Favorite indoor activity
that you can do during a hurricane.
Yeah.
So chat and wins here, super fun. Fireworks going off.
All right.
Make sure to tell us. Yeah.
We'll be back.
Oh yeah, we'll be back. Chat and wins here. Hello everyone
Are
again.
you chatting?
Yeah, be sure to chat. Let us know who's here. You know,
Chatting.
If you're stuck inside for a hurricane, you know, what are you gonna be doing?
Reading.
Reading.
A lot of reading. Something I didn't
That's a
know
good one.
about weather. When you have weather, because I'm stuck here in California, the most beautiful place. When there's snow outside or when there's weather happening, you read. You just sit inside and read, and it's
nice.
great.
It is great. Portfolio work. Adobe XD. Someone said playing cards.
XD,
Netflix.
playing games.
Monopoly.
Video
Puzzles.
games. Board games.
Oh yeah.
Mind
Netflix
games.
again. Yeah, super great. All the fun stuff to do, help kill time.
Lettering.
Writing.
Oh, lettering.
Yeah, and that'd be such a great time to get involved on your design work, to just be able to focus on your design work, because it's a great time. You know, sometimes you're stuck inside for a whole day, so you can use that to just zero in.
When you're in when you're like, have you been stuck in like storms?
Yeah.
Like, what's the craziest amount of time? Jamie, nice, congrats.
Yeah, congrats.
Jamie,
Oh, there we go.
you got some stickers.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats.
100 Sticker Mule stickers. Imagine how much damage you could do with 100 stickers.
I wonder how many Sticker Mule stickers we can add to yours
Right?
and mine.
You could just layer them up with 100. Like, it can just become like a texture at that
Sticker
point.
Mule's great. We got, they make just not just stickers.
Yeah, they make everything.
So
like
many other things. We got buttons. We got, what else do we got?
Well, they do like the floor
We got
stickers.
labels. We got magnets.
Yeah.
Different types of packaging. They help you out. You send in your designs. They send them back.
Yeah, this improves really quickly. They're
Yeah.
super awesome.
They're great. And everyone in the chat, you have this link. You also have.
Oh yeah.
You have, what is the?
It's 10 stickers
10
for
stickers,
$1.
10 stickers for
Yep,
$1.
stickermule.com/Adobe Live 19. So it's super great coupon code. So you
stickers for
should definitely take advantage of it while you can.
Use it, you guys.
Because it's really more than 10 stickers. They usually giving you like 15.
They're hooking it up.
They definitely are.
The sticker mule.
Oh yeah.
Like I said,
The sticker mule.
taking over water bottles and laptops near you.
Nice. So we're diving back into here. We got the inspiration board. So I got it placed right here. You know, I'm using the same typeface I was using everywhere else, just to kind of lay it out real quick. And then let me extend this artboard just a little bit. Just give me some more room to kind of work. And then I'll go into my OpenCC libraries, my Creative Cloud. And you can see I have some of these in here already. So let me just, boom. Yeah, nice. I can drop that one right here.
The badges going in, guys.
Oh yeah. So I can just kind of play with stuff a little bit and see what works, what doesn't. It would be nice later on too to add more patches. And so that is definitely something on my list, to at least have 3 patches would be cool. Just 3 variations that are all kind of like similar in ways, but you know, are still different. So that's the goal right there. Maybe we use different color.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just kind of playing with it and seeing if it works or not. Group them together right now so I can just drag them out of the way.
And what are the purpose of these badges? One more time.
Yeah, so as you can see, it says Hurricane Dorian. And so originally we said, oh, maybe badges are for, you know, like how long they've been around or how many reviews they do. But now we're thinking, whenever you join the app in a certain season, you know, we know Hurricane Dorian's going on.
Yeah.
So everyone who joins during that time would get a Hurricane Dorian badge that goes on their profile. And so then, let's say next year or later on in the season, you know, if there is another hurricane, unfortunately, then at least, you know, then the people who've been around for a while have these cool, you know, vintage badges that, you know, no one else has access to.
This is a really cool, interesting ways to kind of build your user base to come back too. You know,
Yeah.
like.
Cause
Like we know you're gonna get help, but you're also gonna get a badge that maybe some other people who are weathering the storm with you can have too. It's we're playing off the whole stay prepared, Boy Scout kind of inspired.
Yeah, or be prepared. That's the
Be
Boy
prepared.
Scout motto. So this kind of works great here. So as we say, like right here, it's inspired by wilderness patches and Wes Anderson movies. So I try to use like the colors and typography that might work. Because as we showed on the last stream too, the typography or the typefaces we're using, we got from a font pack on Adobe Fonts, which is super great. So it was like a collection of them. And then the colors, we went on Adobe Color and kind of broke it down and extracted the colors from a certain image. And so it's nice to be able to, you know, use these Adobe resources there as well.
Yeah, let's check
And I
out
see
that
some
pack.
name suggestions.
Yeah, we got some good ones.
Hurry Connect and Hurry
Connect,
Connection.
Hurry Connection.
And I do like that because it's a little better than Hurry Care, because that makes me think of like hospitals or stuff along those lines. So Hurry Connect, it's like connecting resources, or I don't know, and Hurry Connection. Yeah, super great.
Awesome.
Yeah. And if we want to jump over to Alexa's screen real quick,
Yeah,
we can
so
show
we're in
Adobe
Adobe
fonts.
So when you go to Adobe Fonts, font packs, we were talking about this, you know, you can search for fonts for days.
Yeah.
That is a task
Well,
unto
they've-
itself.
Yeah, they have so many of them that are great. And if I'm doing a project where I have so much more time, I do really like to dive in there and see which interesting ones I can get. Or even use Adobe Capture, which has this really cool feature in it where I can aim my camera at a typeface and it'll tell me the closest one that Adobe Fonts has.
Ooh.
And so it's just like,
There's just so
it's just
many
incredible technology that they have. That's
great
just insane.
technology, and there's just so many fonts out there. So it's
Yeah.
nice to have them kind of in a pack form.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have this, you know, clean, stylish web.
Yeah.
Colby went with the retro glamping font pack,
Yeah,
which I thought was very clear to kind of his
right, with
his
the overall
theme.
vibe, the theme that we're going with the whole outdoor adventure wilderness.
Outdoors, staying prepared. And so he got to choose from this series of font. He got to play
Yeah.
around with them. If anyone's looking for these same fonts, I
Yeah.
think you're using Cubano.
Yeah, Cubano is the main one, the header. And then the body copy is a little higher up. It's the Trade Gothic,
Trade Gothic?
next.
Cool.
And so yeah, I on my own I went and kind of like played with like a lot of font pairings and just saw what worked. And those two I just liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really cool resource if you don't know about the font packs.
Mm-hmm.
Just a way for you to kind of hone in on a general style, and then you can pick your fonts from there.
Yeah.
Because I know that I do that a lot. I'll just sit there and try different fonts for hours.
Well, and sometimes it's so hard to find something that works too, or like something that really gets what you want. And if I'm working with like a small business or a client, I want to make sure what I give them is appropriate. And rather than like a font pack like this, where it may be very common. Mm-hmm. So I want to have something that's more unique to them. So we can skip over the word mark for a moment, because that seems like something fun we can do in a little bit. And
We're getting some puns. I see you guys.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Last day with Colby.
yeah, I mean, we got to do them when we can.
Let's go wild. What are some puns? What are some storm-related puns? Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, I'm sure is it Tim that's dropping them? Or I'm sure he's at least helping keep the conversation going.
For
Tim
sure.
had some good ones yesterday, if I remember. I think he had one yesterday.
Whew. Yep, there's some good ones going on in the chat.
Nice.
So you got yeah.
Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of messing with these, and I'm typing in the typeface name. And I just want to kind of break it down and just, so whenever you're looking at this as a whole, you can kind of understand, what these
Yeah.
might look like.
So that's the cool thing about the assets panel. You have your character styles, and really one cool thing I actually learned recently, or not that recently, is you can actually go in specifically. You can hit right click,
Yeah.
and you can rename. So if you have a specific
Ooh.
font that is like your header, you can rename it as header, or you can rename it
yeah,
as
see, I didn't do that.
something, or I like this font, or main font.
Main font.
But it's a really cool way to organize, self-organize. Organizing in general while you're designing is
It's key.
it's key. It is
Yeah.
such a beast, but it's
Especially
key.
with files
So any
and
way to like
layers.
help with that
Yeah.
is always good, or personalize is always good.
And I'm curious with this button right here, when you tell me right click, so it's highlight on canvas. So I think it's gonna show me, yeah, so it highlights all those that are
So
being
it's
used.
everywhere. It's
So that's
your
super
font is
cool. Yeah, it
featured,
just shows where it all is. And that's super cool. So then you can make sure it all changes and nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's so many different hidden tricks having to do with that asset panel. Shout out to letsxd.com. One more time.
Yeah.
It's where you're gonna learn a lot of little different tidbits, a lot of pro tips, a lot of snackable items. Go in there, check it out. We can't cover everything in one live stream.
No,
but
definitely not. And you can learn from Howard, who's you just saw hopefully on the last stream. And he breaks them down in quick, like in the snackables, it's quick little 1-minute videos that show you some of the stuff that, it just show you some useful tips that are like incredible.
Watch a couple.
Yeah.
I know they inspired me to just like play around.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, I gotta try that out. Oh, I gotta try that out. Check it out, guys. If
Yeah.
you use an XD.
And yeah, definitely. If you're trying to do something in XD and it's not working, I would check out this site because there may definitely like have some resources that will help answer those questions.
Yeah, we looked at it this week for
Yeah.
for some of this, and we got some tips for this project. It will definitely help you.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm just figuring out how exactly to lay out these
Yeah.
typefaces.
Tim says, or you can just rename it Comic Sans just to mess with people.
Yeah, and papyrus and all the other fun typefaces.
Yeah, just rename them a weird typeface.
Oh, that would be fun if I'm working with a team just to mess with them a little bit.
Yeah.
I would totally do that. It's good advice, Tim.
Oh man. Yep, there's a lot of hurricane jokes happening in the chat.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. But it's too early. I like it's too early for hurricane jokes. We should probably wait for everything to blow over. I just have such a problem with that.
Oh, I thought they were being serious too.
I know. I don't know. Maybe it is serious, but it's. Hey man, everyone's got a different sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you're just joining us, we are working on the case study for Colby's app, which is a hurricane preparedness app.
I'd say it's our app though. We're all a team here. We're working together. All the chat's giving us ideas. Like, it just feels selfish to say my app, like.
Guys, it's your app too.
Yeah.
It's all of our
We're all a
apps.
team here, especially if you can help give us a really cool name.
Exactly. Yeah. We're all students still. We're all just working it out. We're all learning together and teaching each other. I don't think you ever stop being a student, really.
Yeah, I
That
hope
could be
not,
that's the debate. Never stop learning.
Well, because even with XD too, it's relatively new compared to other Adobe softwares.
Right. Yep, we're just thinking about some more names. Let me try to think of something.
Yeah, we're getting close to where we're gonna have to commit to something.
You want one salt, like not
It
a
doesn't
two-word
have
name.
to be. I just wouldn't want more than 2 words, really. Because once it starts to get to 3 words, then it just out on App Store and everywhere else, it starts to be problematic.
Oh, yeah. Yep, we got a pretty scout-like color packet.
Oh yeah. It was nice too because I was able to use Adobe Color to, find a good image that had, some stuff I liked, and work from that. And then the colors, it worked really well with some of the UI because I have like a red, a greenish, a bluish, some yellow, So I feel like it worked for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is this app designed for? Good question.
Ooh. Yeah, we can break it down real quick. So it's a hurricane preparedness app. And the goal is to allow users to find hurricane supplies in their area. So they log in, sign in. They can just see, if it's a grocery store or gas station in their area, they can search from other methods. But then let's say it's like, before hurricanes, the problem is it's so hard to get water, like water bottles and everything else. So you can just click on which, location near you and see what people are saying about it. It's like, oh, this Walmart was completely insane. There's no water. And then let's say if you go there and you're able to find something, you leave a comment, upload a photo, like a rating, submit it, and boom, it gets added and updated to the Walmart's page. And this is super useful so that way you can know if this place has what you need before you commit the time and go out there. So yeah, that's kind of the overall, the short description of what we're working on.
Yeah.
And the trick is explaining that in a case study. So that's the hard part, which is what we're kind of doing right here, is like figuring out exactly how we want to go about breaking it down.
So Colby's kind of broken down all the main components, the main topics he wants to showcase at a glance, right? So this is something that could live on somewhere like Behance, or maybe his portfolio, or maybe
both.
Maybe a school, maybe it's a report. Maybe you actually like have it as a PowerPoint. He started with laying it out, kind of showing, what is that showing like that hero image of the phone, with the screens mocked up on it, and then he goes down the line and goes through the different ways he's created the font or decided on the font or picked the colors. He has a mood board in there. I think you're gonna wrap up on some of the key features of the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's different for everyone. You know, it's all about telling the story, explaining to somebody who has never seen this before what it does, who is it for,
And why we need it.
Why there is a need in general, and how you can use it, right? It ranges. There are some better techniques. This is one layout.
Yeah, and it's a real
That
quick
Colby
one,
uses,
just to
yeah.
kind of show like all the types of stuff we'd want to include in here, and then later on I'll go back and adjust all the small details and make sure it's great, before I actually publish it.
Yeah. Case studies are great, and there's some really, really beautiful ones to look at on Behance. Check them out. Usually they're pretty similar, actually. Yeah. Usually a long form. You kind of just scroll down. Some people start with some feature screens and kind of dive in first.
Do you have any designers you recommend that you really like, who really lay out case studies?
I should have grabbed some.
There's one who I really like, who was on Adobe Live a while back. It was like the first stream I watched. His name's Chris Bernay, if I remember. And it's Bernay, if I remember correctly.
You have a Behance.
Yeah, his Behance. Yeah, that one at the top, I believe. If you want to jump over to Lex's screen real quick.
Yeah, is there a case study specific?
Yeah, well, this one right up here, the Sham Cola, this was, I think, one of the first Adobe live streams I watched.
Wow.
And they were able to do this. It was like, maybe like a year and a half ago.
That's us. That's the Adobe live stream.
Right? That's like, they're in our place.
Right.
It's
so
crazy.
This is an example. This is another one of those examples. We've seen them all. They all fit different styles.
And with this one, he was doing a packaging design, so he's gonna have to include different stuff than we would doing like a UI UX project.
Exactly.
And so he just does an incredible job breaking down everything, and even when he was doing the live stream, it's still one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, you want to show some process.
Yeah, exactly, the process work.
Here.
Yeah, I'll throw in sketches as well.
Yeah.
And his mock-ups are so great too, because you can show it in a different context. Because it's not just on a phone; it's on like a product or someone holding the product.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
Exactly. Perfect.
But yeah, no, you can.
That's one.
If you ever get a chance to go back and rewatch some of these Adobe Live videos, that is one I highly recommend.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's super cool.
I'll find another one we can kind of look into while you're making yours.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's see. Yeah, we're talking about hurricane stuff, and this is the hurricane preparedness app. But our hearts go out to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Julia just gave us another update. I'm sure everyone kind of has been following in the news. Not a lot of people even have the luxury of getting water in water bottles. But so we've definitely seen some. It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard topic.
It is.
But what can we do as a community to create things and apps and products that are going to help before and after? This is what we as designers can do, right? Colby's doing his part.
Trying to.
He's making an app that he's a subject matter that he's familiar with, right? So I think that's the best place to start, right? It's you see a problem in your community. What can you do what can you make and create? What ideas can you expand with them to make things better? And so this is a really great concept app in general for that. So
definitely.
Yeah.
So, okay, never mind. I can move on to sketches as well. So that was gonna be the next little section I was gonna add. And I can drop that in and write out sketches. Or actually, no, I'll name it process work.
Cool.
This sounds fancier.
And while Colby's doing some process work, I have another case study, actually from another Adobe Live, so we can
cool.
look at real quick.
Yeah.
Over on my screen. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. This is Sam Anderson. I'm sure plenty of you guys have seen him. He made this app on Adobe Live. It's called Pensive. So this is an example of another case study, very minimal. Just having some explaining the idea, the goal, his design principles. The app itself is pretty was pretty simple. And this is just another way you can lay it out. He has like a letter. He's showing the screens. He's showing how the screens work. And then he has next steps. Next steps is a great thing to include. And I think, especially since your project is a bit similar, it's almost it's a concept app. It's kind of like it's student work as well. And I'm sure there's a lot of like new people. Maybe some are still in school. This is a great thing to include whenever you're presenting to anybody, to a teacher, to yourself, to clients, to managers. What are your next steps? You're always thinking beyond what you've created.
Yeah, no, that's
this is
incredible.
A great example. And it's his are just like he just has some screens. He doesn't have it in context. This app. This was also a kind of like a thought project more than a living app. So yeah, there's another one for you guys. Check him out,
that's
Sam Anderson.
Cool. Yeah, awesome.
He's gonna love that I shouted him out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, sweet. So I went into some of my sketches that I had ahead of time, and I just kind of made them black and white. I was kind of drop them in here right now, which doesn't work completely. And maybe it's, a lot of it is just kind of playing with and seeing what works.
Process work.
Oh yeah, it's fun stuff.
I like seeing process work. I like seeing a little bit of process work and some case studies.
Well, it's nice to know just where their mind's at, and how like maybe the sketches changed over time, the ideas or something. And Hank Washington, we need Colby to give us more apps like these. Thanks, Hank. That's super cool. I wish if there, I don't know, more of me probably wouldn't be good. I can be wild.
Oh man. Eye of Supply.
Eye of Supply?
Ooh.
Oh, because like the Eye of a Hurricane or something like that. Eye of Supply. Yeah, and for those who are just tuned in right now, we're looking for good names for hurricane preparedness app. And so we're about to decide very soon. So it's the last chance to kind of get good names in so we can see what people come up with. But right now we're just kind of going through and laying out some of the stuff in a portfolio, how it might look. And these aren't really that great of photos. It's more just to show it real quick. And just show different sketches that I made just to help along the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what about the name? I feel like it's a good time to go ahead and decide and commit to a name. It's got to be time.
We're here.
So any last chances for names to
We've
submit?
written most of them down.
I've given them so many last chances. It's just time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna read some out.
He's done. He's ready.
Yeah.
He's ready.
And I'm usually indecisive too, so this makes it that much more difficult to go ahead and pick. So Hurry with an I, Hurry Go, Hurricane Supply App, Hurry Care, Hurry with a Y, Hurry Connect, Hurry Connection, Hurry Prep, Storm Prep, Hurry Worker, Hurry Can't, Stormtrooper, Twister, Hurry List, Cyclone, Eye of Supply.
Yeah. Why don't you, I think you grab your top 3 and let's see how they look.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a big one that I think I'd love to see kind of how some of these look.
Yeah, do you have a personal favorite out of that list?
I think Hurry is a really great classic one to start
with the eye?
Hurry with the eye.
Okay, and I think that was one of the first ones we got too.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, so let's
maybe put them back to back, kind of see how they look, maybe how they see.
Let me make a separate canvas.
Try it out on the screen. Try it out and where you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
I think is the point there.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Make a poll. Pick the top 3. Let's do 3.
Okay.
And then like in context with like the font and how it's gonna look.
Okay.
And then you guys, I think maybe let's see what you guys. We'll do a poll with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So Hurry. And then one of my favorites is, I would say, Stormtrooper. Because that was a really creative idea. And then, what should our final option be? There's like Cyclone.
Tim's making
Hurry
a poll.
Care.
You rock.
Oh,
Tim.
thank you, Tim.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Tim's great.
All right, so these are our top 3. We're gonna choose from one of these. Stormtrooper.
Yes.
Stormtrooper.
No, sorry, I didn't have the third one
We
yet.
need one more.
Yep, that's what I was brainstorming.
We need one more.
Hurry Care, Eye of Supply, Hurry Connect.
Hurry Care. What about Hurry Care? How do you feel about that?
Hurry Care? Yeah, I can go with Hurry Care. Would that be better than Hurry Connect, though? I don't know, because I feel like Hurry Connect makes a little more sense than Hurry Care. But Hurry Care kind of looks nice.
Hurry Care also sounds a little bit easier. It's a little bit Hurry Care.
Yeah, Hurry Care. It stands out. Okay, maybe we'll stick with Hurry Care.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are those 3, and then let me look for this right here and copy that over and just see what the tagline might look like underneath it or something.
We're aware that a stormtrooper, you may get a a pat, maybe a pat on the wrist. This isn't going out.
No, exactly. But it's always fun. I just thought it was a creative idea. And I saw someone said Stormtrooper, and I know they're doing the randomizer road trip app, so I thought that was kind of funny. Nice little play combining stuff. Super cool.
I like Stormtrooper. Maybe we should change it up so we don't get a
so yeah,
George Lucas
Darth Vader doesn't come after us.
Well,
nice.
actually,
Tim's got the poll.
Here we go. Okay, check it out in the
Nice.
chat. We got a poll going for these names.
Yeah, let's see. Let's vote. Let's see what we got. Yeah, angle it over here a little bit. Yeah, make sure if you're tuning in right now, you can vote in that link right there that Tim posted to see which name we should do for the application. Because I really don't know. I'm way too indecisive sometimes, so I really am, hoping you guys make some good decisions. But knowing me, I'd probably end up voting for Stormtrooper. And it's like, who knows if we could use Stormtrooper?
Yeah, that's tricky. When you're doing
Yeah.
You're doing anything, always remember there's copyright.
Yeah. Especially with Disney.
Especially with Disney.
Bring George Lucas on Adobe Live and have him approve the name. That would be cool. So I'll leave the Adobe team to get George Lucas on next week.
He will come on Adobe Live. I'm sending it out there. I'm using Jedi Mind Tricks.
This is not the app you're looking for. Or this is the app. I don't know. Hopefully it's the app.
Yeah, we got a poll going.
Nice. Should we go ahead and see what the poll is at? I don't know if you're able to bring it up on your side. Oh, cool.
Okay. So at the moment, we got Hurry Care. Hurry Care or Hurry Care.
Oh, yeah.
The options.
Yeah.
We like Hurry Care. That does look pretty good. Let's see.
I feel like that works the best so far. Like Hurry Care, like maybe this is a little different, but I'm trying to figure out whether it should be directly underneath it or maybe a little off. I don't know, but I think Hurry Care is good. So let me look at it kind of on the app as well. Let me just bring these in a little bit.
There. Be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared. Hurry Care. And then we'll go back up here to this file we're working on, just to kind of see it in context.
We also got about 30 minutes for our design feedback for our creative challenge.
Nice.
Today, y'all.
The road trip randomizer, if I remember correctly. So that's pretty cool.
Road trip randomizer. We can't wait to take a look at those. So get those in, peeps. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of working in with the theme too of your map. Like using.
Yeah.
And one of your inspo apps was Waze. Right?
Yeah, because I really love how the community can actually make the posts on there. And because for those of you who may not know Waze, it's an application where if there's a hazard in the road or something when you're driving, then the actual drivers can go in and update everyone else and say, oh, look out, there's a road hazard up ahead. And so that was a big inspiration behind this, to where the users can be the ones to update the content.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Hurry Care, guys.
Hurry Care.
Cool.
Right? I feel like it's a nice word, kind of fits right there.
Maybe making be prepared a little smaller.
It's a little
kind of feeling like it's
right. It's like
it's not letting Hurry Care stand out too much.
Okay.
So we want to give it.
Yeah, we want to make sure it feels like it's like the tagline or the sub
Exactly.
header or something. Nice.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Should be an exclamation point. Or is that like be prepared?
That's
like,
a little too scary.
Too intense.
Yeah.
You want to be chill about it, It's like it's already an intense time. Like, let's just be prepared.
Be prepared. Or stay prepared.
Stay prepared.
A lot of what you would say, like your community basically stays prepared all year long.
That's
or do you
true.
think people are like right before?
I don't know. Well, if you're prepared ahead of time, you wouldn't really need this app too, though, Because you don't hopefully already have like your stockpile of water
true.
and everything else.
It's true. Hey, you never know. You never know. You never know. That's the whole point.
Exactly. You want to keep everyone in mind. Let's look around at these other screens again real quick. Yeah. And so I think the main place it would say Hurricane would be right around here.
Cool.
Cool. And then let me go down to that case studies section down here that I'm working on. And one of the things I know I mentioned it before too, but I really love just copying all these artboards and making a duplicate of it somewhere else. Because it's so nice just to be able to look back at the older versions and kind of see how it progressed, or see stuff that changed over time.
Totally. Jan brings up a really interesting point around the logo, Hurricane. Maybe there's an opportunity for an image, maybe a little bit of a hurricane.
Oh, like a little combination
maybe a
mark?
Combo. Exactly,
yeah, that'd be
a little
cool.
combo.
That would be pretty cool.
I
wonder if I can do something on the spot. That's a lot of pressure too.
It doesn't
something.
have to be something too intense. It kind of it says Hurricane. It kind of reminds me of, again, like first aid. Like I feel like a first aid, like, what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well,
finding like a,
because I had some of these sketches down here whenever
side.
I was exploring different logo marks and stuff, and I did include them down here because it would be nice to include stuff. And so like they're very different. Like some have like pluses and like almost badges, or you go into here, it's like a backpack because it's like, oh, be prepared. And apparently Waze, their app is like, it's just like a smiley face. So I'm like, oh, what if it's a little hurricane with a smiley face? But then again, they're probably not smiling. And then different variations of, a hurricane with the pluses and stuff.
I like that.
And then this one, that felt like a cross to me.
Kind
so
it's very red cross already, which is totally great.
But then it does have that medical, with the plus, it's always like a medical association.
That's
like,
true.
And so that's why I was like exploring other ideas, maybe like a check or like a backpack because you're being prepared.
Oh, I love
or maybe just
that.
built into like a badge of some sort. So I was exploring ideas like that too. But it's so much, I don't know. But it's definitely something we can explore and make something pretty quickly too.
Yeah. Heather wrote a hurricane, and there's a little hurricane emoji.
Oh, with a little emoji in it too?
There's a lot of talk about emojis in the chat right now.
Can you use emojis in like a title? Right? I wouldn't, because you can use them on like laptops, on phones and stuff.
Well, if you're using a font, why don't you try it out?
Yeah.
Let me try it.
Well, I don't know how I'd do that on here.
Let's not overwhelm them.
Yeah. I don't know. That'd be cool. I mean, if I was on a phone, I know exactly how to use emojis, but when I'm on a laptop like this, I'm not exactly sure, unless it was already had like something popped up.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe playing around with that, the plugin icons and symbols. Just throwing it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, because I do want to, because I can break down the icons that we use as well. But let me see if I still have this copied. Yeah.
On the,
Let me just kind of bring this up a little bit.
So yeah, we're focusing on hurricanes. Actually, yeah, an icon and symbol. I just found one. Icons and symbols.
Oh, and icons and symbols.
Check out that plugin.
Let's dive over here. So we go into this icon down here, it takes us to plugins. And the one we keep referencing, which is super great, is icons and symbols.
Yeah. So anyone who's just joining us, we're kind of trying to make this this watermark, this logo a little bit more.
It's like a combination
more
mark.
Combo, yeah. And we really wanted to come across that this is a preparedness app, but this is also specifically around hurricane preparedness. So we're gonna play a little bit with some.
Yeah, and also curious Adobe stock, but we'll go back to that in a second.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah. Let's type in hurricane. You can see they do have some options, which I'm not crazy about that one too. It reminds me of like a 6 and a 9.
Yeah,
that are just kind of. Yeah, and there was one I had already from Adobe stock, which I can drop in here real quick, which is this one. Actually, no, I know exactly where to find one. If I open up the badges that I was using before, then I should have this little hurricane right here.
Using what you got.
Oh yeah, and let me do it from this one. I can just copy and paste it, I'm pretty sure, just right into here. Should be, oh there it is. Nice. And I do like the look of this one more than that one.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and maybe we just use something like that. And then just to make something real quick right now, we'll just do like a plus even. And maybe just get rid of the borders on those. Kind of group them together. Maybe scale it down. Just put it right over top of there, just so we can have something real quick that we just made right now. And then I can go back later on and make some, spend time, look over my sketches, bring those in through Adobe Capture, and then bring them in Illustrator and make something that I really want.
That's not bad for on the spot.
Yeah,
thanks. That's pretty good.
Thanks.
It's all about just playing around.
Yeah, and just
trying different ideas out. Yeah, that's the beauty of XD. It's the beauty of just
and just be able to make something
input.
so quick. And that's what's super great. So let's make that up to like 180. Bring that in a little bit. But I do want to specify that this is a word mark. But it might be a little confusing since this is in the same typeface as our word mark too.
What to do about that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, they're at least a little different colors, but
maybe using a different. Do they have different options for more than just regular? Maybe there's a light version.
Oh, yeah, different weights. Well, no, they only have regular for this. And so maybe instead of using the Cubano typeface, I use the Trade Gothic one. And so yeah, maybe look into doing that.
It's a case study, so it's not like what's on your app still. You don't have to. You're not confined using just the fonts used on your app. Ooh, fancy.
And see, just so quickly something starts to come together. And yeah, y'all saw how I did that too, is with Adobe stock. We even looked in the icons and yeah. So it's just fun when stuff, works out.
You guys, we have a name.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's starting to feel a little more official.
Oh man.
Fun stuff.
Very cool. Dude, that looks great.
Thanks. And just for, just prototyping something really quickly, it works. And then, let me look at it on the splash screen over here. So we have hurricane, be prepared. And maybe I don't need all of that.
Right on.
Yeah. And then maybe I can change this. Hopefully this works. Yeah. And then the outside, I can,
Okay guys, 20 more minutes to get your design challenges in.
Yeah, I really want to see these road trip randomizers. That'd be pretty cool. And then I wonder if there's anyone we missed yesterday or like submitted late for the other challenge.
The leaderboard?
Yeah, the leaderboard. Thank you. Because it was really nice to be able to go back and see all the timers that submitted later.
It's like every day the challenges fit perfectly with what we need. We needed a timer the first day.
Yeah.
We needed a leaderboard kind of.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
It helps.
Good to know. It helps. It's actually very on par with what you were creating.
Yeah. With using the UI faces and showing comments and stuff like that. So it was nice to be able to reference that. Well, today I'm going back home to Florida tonight, so I'm not really going on a random road trip and I'm not driving, but, it's still, maybe it kind of connects.
Yeah. Yep. Traveling.
Yeah, traveling.
Road trips. Have you gone on any good road trips lately?
Not lately. I've been, since I'm still in school, there's so much of my time is just in classes and with work as well and freelance clients that it's just like, I don't know, it takes up so much time.
I think we all can relate.
Yeah.
When you're in school, you're just in it.
Yeah. Well, there's always new projects and multiple classes and there's always just stuff happening. And then, so what I'm doing, I just want to play with auto-animating it real quick, just because that's a fun feature. So I clicked on that one, and I'm dragging it over here to make sure it says auto-animate. And its duration is 0.3 seconds. And then, where is it? Yes, right here. It's going to auto-animate to this layer, so I need to be in design. And I'm going to tell this one to rotate 360 degrees. And I'm just curious, this is going to be really fast, so it's probably going to be super intimidating. But it's always fun to play with auto-animate and just see what happens. Oh, see, this is fun. Let me click it again.
Let's see it again.
Yeah, auto-animate, okay. You ready?
Yep.
Oop, nope.
Happened so fast.
Okay. Boom.
Whoa.
Right? And it was just something that just took like a second to do. But you can imagine too, with multiple artboards, with slowing down the timer and working on your transitions, you can make like really cool fleshed out stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave that one there, just because it's fun to have a little bit of auto animate.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. And then go back over here and start playing with some stuff. I'm still not crazy about this. I feel like for that photo, I really need to find a good one on Adobe stock that has someone using like, you know, their phone in a grocery store.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I think you could stick with, for the moment.
Yeah, for the moment I'm gonna stick with this, but yeah, that would be my goal later on.
Or maybe using that darker brown that you're using down there, maybe keeping that the consistent kind of background for if you're doing a solid color.
Yeah, let's see how this looks. I'm worried because the outlines of the phones, maybe, but
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe a little too dark. Maybe not though. That's not the same one. I think it still works. And then I can make that yellow, which is fun. And that's actually how it's going to be shown too.
There you
so
go.
It makes sense to lay it out that way. Cool.
Great. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Tim brought up a really interesting question. How important is Photoshop and Illustrator if you want to apply for a UX UI position?
I think it is very important because, at least for me personally, I do a lot of my, well, I do like, it's hard to explain, like, I do, like, when I design assets and specific stuff, I'll use Photoshop and Illustrator, and then I'll bring them into XD. So it's super it's super useful to be able to know those tools because they have so many other things that XD maybe doesn't do, or it's like way more like in depth.
I see.
But even more than Photoshop and Illustrator, if you can learn dimensions or like Lightroom and some of these other programs in design, there's so many of these that are just like incredible and can do super cool things. So really, I just recommend you dive into all of Adobe Creative Cloud and just see different stuff you can do. Like, I don't know if you ever played with Character Animator. That one is super crazy.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen some fun stuff come out of that.
Yeah, it's just super fun.
I guess it's to each his own. I think Colby uses it to get some of his ideas for his creation, for his actual designing. He uses Photoshop and maybe a little bit of Illustrator.
Yeah, I use a lot of Illustrator.
Yeah, because his background's graphic design, and so those are his strengths, and he probably learned those tools first before XD. Those came out before. But XD is growing like so fast, and it's the ability to do so many different things. I know there's a new polygon tool that wasn't available before, so it's slowly becoming a tool that I think more people can use alongside, or maybe in the similar way as Photoshop. Is it as necessary for UI, UX positions or jobs to know?
I don't know. I would think so, but I'm not, to be honest, I'm not positive. I know sometimes a lot of it can be like actual mapping, and with UX, it's talking to people and interviewing. So I don't know. Yeah, what do you think?
Well, for UX and UI, you're laying things out, you're finding solutions, you're creating you're mapping an idea and a behavior and a system, and it's always good for it to look good.
Yeah.
So that you can have a little more credibility and people can understand your ideas better. So I know there's a lot of people that have transitioned over into UX from graphic design. So I wouldn't want to say it's a must, because there are so many new prototyping tools and different ways to create any type of visual imagery.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of people know it. So I think a lot of UX designers and UI designers have a background in Photoshop and Illustrator. So I think that answers the questions, right?
And especially if you already know XD, a lot of the shortcuts and everything is the same. So it's going from like Illustrator to XD and back and forth. Like, it's not very complicated because a lot of the icons and shortcuts are very similar.
Exactly.
So it's very like easy to discover what everything does.
Exactly.
Which I don't like where this is right now. I'm not sure how I want to do that yet, because I think I'm going to end up replacing this with a different mock-up. So I'm just going to leave that there for now.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I was playing with just making the background maybe just like a solid color instead of having it over white like that.
Yeah. Colby brings up a great point. Just like we've seen a lot, he's been showing us so many different programs, Adobe programs, and using them alongside XD. So if you don't know an Adobe program, for the most part. For the most part, you're going to be able to learn it. You can. It's as simple as that. Just get in there and experiment, just like Colby's doing.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about some of the other Adobe programs, I mean, I know a lot of them, and I know Tim is like an expert too.
We talked about a bunch on the live stream already.
We've referenced a lot.
We've been in Photoshop,
Illustrator for the badges.
Illustrator for the
We did Adobe Color, Adobe Fonts, Stock. I don't know if those count.
I mean, all a part of it,
yeah.
and all easily integrated into XD.
Yeah, and we reference Adobe Capture a lot. I haven't been able to show that too because it's on a phone and it's way more complicated. But yeah, no, if you get a chance to look up Adobe Capture, that's honestly one of my favorite apps. Like you can't really like design in it and stuff, but just use it as like a tool is just incredible.
Really? Yeah. So you do a lot of sketching and then Adobe Capture bringing it in.
But there's so many different things you can do too with creating brushes directly from your phone, with capturing color palettes of a room, like exploring like typefaces. Yeah, I don't know. If you get a chance, download Adobe Capture.
Try it out.
It's definitely worth it. Just try it out.
Colby recommends it.
100%.
It's got the Colby badge of approval.
Right? Yeah. That'd be a fun little design. Make a little badge for that.
Yeah. Hank's still in the chat. What's
thanks,
up,
Hank.
Dude? Hank just finished up his last live stream right before us.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Some awesome stuff. Go watch it.
Yeah, Hank is just an incredible designer. I saw him speak at Creative South this past year too.
Hank, I'm wearing your pin.
Nice, you're representing.
Yeah. Just a little Colby's visiting from or coming from
Orlando.
Orlando.
Oh yeah.
Orlando. He's got to go back tonight.
But thankfully the storm.
The storm has passed.
Didn't hit it too, and it passed. So that is good.
Alright.
And let us know, if you have any general questions or anything too. We're happy to help out. We're just here designing away,
We're just going for it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we got a new background. We are in the dark. We're in a dark sector here.
We're in a dark place right now. No, I just wanted to. I feel like this worked better too, especially since like the backgrounds for UI is kind of darker for the most part. It makes sense to do that. And then we're also kind of working with Tim's advice from I think maybe day one, where it was like, it wasn't really his advice, but it was a tip where if you have darker colors on your phone, then it doesn't drain your battery as fast, which I thought was really cool because I never thought of that before, but it totally makes sense.
Yep. So we went to the dark place.
Oh yeah. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select these ones and I'm gonna look into exporting and just test them out in Behance a little bit. Yeah, let's keep those in that folder. Or maybe not.
One more shout out to Windows, using the Windows operating system.
I do like it. But you got a Mac though too.
Yeah.
The one thing I wish you could do is be able to pass files really quickly between my phone and laptop, because I know y'all can just drop it real quick.
You can do those little drops.
Nice. Yeah, that's I'm sure super useful. I end up using Google Drive or my Adobe libraries for the most part. I was just adding a little line in there just to help kind of separate it a little bit.
Justin said, loving the stream.
Oh, thanks Justin. Man. Yeah, super cool. Appreciate it. And if you're just joining too, let us know where you're tuned in from. I'm always curious.
Where are you guys?
Because there's usually people from all over the world or over the US, wherever, and it's just really interesting.
Let us know what's up. It's almost Friday.
Right, almost Friday.
Big weekend plans.
Nice.
Yours is gonna be staying safe and and being glad and a hurricane didn't hit. So.
Yeah, a lot of his homework and all that fun stuff, the stuff typical students have to do to catch up on life. But it's all fun stuff because it's all around design.
Remind us again the program and what school you're at.
Good point. So I currently attend the University of Central Florida, School of Visual Arts and Design. Just have a little slide up here real quick. Might be a good time to give these people a shout out. So it's just been real awesome to be able to attend this program. So I'm finishing up my senior year there, and I graduate in May, so I'm super excited. I've been able to work with incredible professors and mentors, which I kind of give a shout out right here. So yeah, it's just been awesome, and to be able to learn new skills. Because this semester I'm taking a class focused around After Effects.
Cool.
And I'm doing an independent study on screen printing. So it's all stuff that's like relating to design, which is really cool. To be able to learn more than just UI UX, but like all different aspects of it. So that's just fun stuff.
Awesome. It's really cool. Is it a new program, or has that been around for a while at your school?
It's been around for a while.
Cool.
I'm not sure exactly how long, but yeah, it's been for a while though.
So anyone out there in Florida, if you're looking to learn a little bit of what Colby's been doing and maybe learn the same thing,
yeah, I definitely recommend
check out
it.
that program.
The professors are incredible, and they're very active in the design community, which is really cool.
Hot tip. Tim just let us know he ran some scientific tests around dark mode and dark wallpaper, and he saved 15% battery.
Wow.
Interesting.
Huh.
Very interesting.
Oh, Lynette Davis from UCF as well. Hey, Lynette. It's good to see you.
Woo!
Thanks.
Yeah, you gotta shout out your school, your alma maters.
Yeah, right?
And the programs that made you.
Yeah.
know?
And it's so cool to be able to see people from Florida dropping in. It's super fun. Thanks, Lynette. I'll probably see you soon.
So many different ways to learn this type of material.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that take boot camps of sorts. Some
Yeah.
people are doing their undergrad. Some people get their masters in something around behavior, interactive design, UX, UI design.
But you don't even necessarily need that too all the
It's
times.
true.
And
Or
like,
you can just watch a live stream.
yeah, and learn with us here and kind of figure it out as we go. And just the challenges too are incredible resources.
Absolutely.
I was watching the one this morning with Jesus as he's masking out hairs and stuff, and just be able to learn little Photoshop tips is super useful. Because like the next time I need to go do something like that, I'm like, oh, I know exactly how to do it, or I know the video that references it, which is super cool.
You could say Adobe is a little bit of a school itself.
Yeah, right? Well, and they're very involved with, all types of schools too. Like their education programs or hosting creative jams. And so I think that's really cool.
A little technical difficulty getting on to see your guys' creative challenges.
Oh no.
We will figure it out.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep designing right here, kind of adding some lines separating these different sections. And I'm adding like a line on the top and the bottom, because what's really cool with Adobe XD is I can embed the actual app inside of my case study. And I can also record animations and stuff. So I like to give myself some little spaces in between here in case I want to add those sections. Boom, so let me keep doing this. We got Paco to the rescue too. So it's always good to have him. Boom, I'm saving it because it's always good to keep saving it as you go. And then let me zoom out and kind of look at this and compare it to the wireframe I made. And it's starting to come together. I'm still not crazy about how it looks, but this kind of happens over time. And then just keep going there, and then I'll just go ahead and export the selected ones. And I'll go and drop it in a new folder. I'll call it Test 9, which you can see I have all these different ones because there's so many different times that I export individual artboards and just have them as backups or test them in mockups early on. Because that way I don't want to get in a situation where I have everything built, but then it's like there's something I didn't notice is wrong. So it's, I don't know, it's always good to just export and test stuff constantly. So I like to do that.
Yes, awesome.
And then, so we have 5 minutes on the design feedback countdown, which is super cool.
Yeah.
So I think that gives me a little bit of time to go ahead and kind of upload some stuff to Behance.
Yes, let's
I'm not
do
going to
it.
publish it yet, but it's nice to be able to show how to like embed the projects and, different aspects of it. Oh no, that's terrible. I failed to upload. Oh, am I disconnected from the internet? I might be disconnected from the internet. So we probably won't be doing that then right now. because I don't want to have to log into all their information on top of here.
Well, let's take a look at it through with the prototype. It's like on a large screen. Because that's basically all you'll be seeing it.
That's true. This is exactly what will be in there.
Yeah.
So it'll be just like this where people can actually interact with it.
So here we are, like your final.
Right? You can just sit there and click that a bunch of times.
We made it to the end with Hurricare.
Right?
Hurricare.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's got
Hurricare.
a name.
Be prepared. It's got a vibe. It's got, clickable elements. It's super fun. So yeah, we go to continue. We got sign in, sign up. You can see a quick little auto animate, but it's nothing crazy at all. You sign up. And then right here is the map, which is the home screen. And then there's different ways you can go about it. Where you can click on profile, you can learn. So here's Alexa. I guess we're Alexa. Then you have a Hurricane Dorian badge, and then you get to see total reviews, last active, and members since. So you get to see some of these different, stuff that's shown on the profile. You have the home page again, and then you can go to, let's go to search, where you can see gas, water, supplies. And then you can click on that and be able to see these screens where you can search through all these different gas stations.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, and over time, maybe there'd be more like 10 or 2, depending on, what's in your area.
Or what's around,
Yeah, and same thing with water. So these would be grocery stores. And these would be populated whenever the first person, uploads the photo and leaves a comment for the first time. So it's all a system that's updated by the users, which is super cool. And then you can go and click on, let's say, Walmart. And you can see, oh yeah, here's the Walmart, which granted, this is a nice like stock photo, but in the real world, people are gonna upload like these tiny photos down here of like empty shelves, and a lot of times you may not be happy if they're leaving a comment. But what's cool is too, you can open it in maps, so you don't have to depend on this map to be like your navigation system.
Right.
You can open up in whatever you're used to using.
That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing for you to have.
Exactly.
Think about it when you have like a pretty reliable map app.
Yeah, map app.
Map app.
And then you'd go right here to add a new comment. So like I said, we're Alexa. So you upload a photo, you can say, oh, let's give it a yellow and leave a comment and be like, yeah, this was whatever. And you submit rating and you see, oh, this Walmart has some water left. So it allows the users to update the content quickly, and you can look at the comments and be like, oh, this Walmart was out of water. They had nothing. They just restocked. So it's really cool just to be able to look at all the comments and see what the community is saying.
Yep. It's a community. Community is growing this app. Community is letting each other know what they have.
And y'all are giving me feedback as well as like different ideas we have on here too. So
Good
that's
question.
Super cool.
How do you earn badges? Again, I feel like
how do you earn badges? So we want to have it based on the hurricane itself.
maybe if you're an active participant during a hurricane or certain
within like that time frame, maybe like before or after, like maybe not too much after, but like mostly like a couple weeks before, then it's like that badge will be there, and so all the people that join the application within that time will have, Hurricane Dorian badge. And then let's say if there's another hurricane later on the season or next year, then they may have a different badge for that as well. And so you can tell based on the comments, which people have been around, for, since the hurricane several years ago, or the one last month, or, they just recently joined.
All right.
But yeah, good question. Let us know too if you have any other questions we can dive into real quick about the app. But you can see right here, it's all just, these elements would be clickable, and you just see here we are and what's in our area.
Perfect.
Yeah. And what's great is too, whenever you actually go to share it, you go to share for review. But I'm not gonna do that right now because sometimes it takes a minute to load.
Definitely.
And that's where you can actually export it, like the URL, and share it, and then also get the code to embed it. So whenever you go to Behance, like I was at, you can just drop the code to embed the project directly into the profile.
Perfect.
Or into the page, I mean.
Perfect. Okay, we got 50 seconds left for you guys to upload your daily creative challenge. Maybe we'll dip into a little bit of yesterday's leaderboard designs.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a couple.
Nice.
Up here, which is dope.
Yeah. Really cool.
And then you'll give us a final. I think we should end on your final,
okay.
Like going through your case study right before we end.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds like a solid plan.
Awesome.
Nice, yeah. Less than 30 seconds left. So if you're uploading right now, let us know too if it's like loading and you're like, oh no, I'm on a countdown. Just let us know what you got out there. And you can join it all on Discord, right?
Discord,
nice. And I'm sure Tim's been sharing the link, and then there's like a challenge tab on one of the sides.
One of the sides.
Yeah.
Under challenge. Check it out.
Oh yeah. With 3 seconds left, 2, 1, and we're on the design feedback countdown. Ooh.
Here we are. Alrighty, so it was a
road trip randomizer.
let's go to the actual.
Yeah, should we look at the theme,
brief?
the brief? Yeah.
Creative challenge, creative. Let's go to actual brief here. Oh, should have had it up. Alrighty,
Oh, well.
so you guys, we're making a road trip randomizer.
Nice.
After user selects a driving distance, generate a random destination. And we're practicing prototyping with the slider and loading sequence and auto animate.
And should we reference one from yesterday too, in case we end up looking at those?
Absolutely. Absolutely, great idea. So the day before, we might end up looking at some of these from the leaderboard, or the leaderboard challenge, and it's you create the leaderboard and point tracking experience for a neighborhood cleanup app. Try using the UI Faces plugin. Awesome plugin.
And we used it a
Colby
lot.
used it.
It's super fun.
For different user avatars and profiles. So let's check it out.
Let's try it out.
And let's check out some of our challenges. Ooh, let's not show my windows. Alrighty, cool.
Nice. Maybe we can make it
There we
full
go.
screen too. I just hate it when there's like the sliver on the
too.
left
Here we go.
side.
We got-
Nice.
Oh yeah, no slivers here.
Awesome.
Good.
Wow, this looks nice.
Awesome, road trip randomizer.
And look at the little word mark, like logo type thing they have
Great
too.
example of a case study.
Yeah.
Here we
They have it
go.
over top of a map, which that is a really good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and
Just
even
write it down. Just write it
yeah,
down.
right. Yeah, because just showing the screens themselves is like really nice too, but it helps so much just to have something else behind it and help it feel like in context and like a tangible thing.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. We can see this. Okay, we're probably doing a road. It says road trip on it, so we also know that. So that
it's-
helps with context.
Yeah.
So here we go. We have our splash screen. We have our login. Looks like you can do it with Google, Facebook. Great. He's
Yeah,
really
it's
gone
awesome.
through all the modes. We have.
Selected travel mode.
So we
that's
got a good
cool.
overview with these mock-ups as well as that background.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Love the case study.
Yeah, it's super great.
I wonder if we got into the actual animating side of it. Jovan, do you have animations or is it just the mock-ups? If it's just the mock-ups, it's cool too. Oh, here we go.
Oh, see, he has it embedded right there.
Here we go. So here's the cool animation. So we're logging in with Google. You can select your travel mode. Look at that, your location
Nice.
is on. He's going by car.
Okay.
And then you just randomize. It's a cool concept. I would totally use an app like this. I love
Right?
road trips and I love driving pointlessly.
Yeah, no, me
So
too.
let's see. So we have a distance range, which is a
From a
great.
mile to 200 miles.
Yeah, sometimes you just
It's
want to
open
drive.
to whatever. You
Sometimes you
know?
want to drive for an hour. Sometimes you're free to go for 5.
Yeah.
So this is great. Alrighty, and then there's the slider.
Ooh, nice.
Perfect, easy, seamless, all with the XD.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's so much detail added in here, and by actually having like addresses and real text instead of like lorem ipsum, it just makes it feel that much more real.
Yeah, I love that.
Ooh, and did you see the little animation, like the? Yeah. Ooh, that's cool.
Very cool.
Nice.
Right, so we have that slider at the bottom. I really like it. I really
Yeah.
like this concept. I like using it for the miles. Using it for the miles you want to travel.
I feel like it's very user friendly. It's very easy to
user-friendly.
discover what my options are, and it's not overly complicated or anything. And then right here is very nice too, because like
That's great.
you don't want to just go to a random location. You want to actually like make sure it's not anything crazy, like
Yeah,
and see where you're going.
that was
And
nice.
just the little auto animate in the beginning too. Yeah,
That was nice.
yeah, really great work.
If I had to, because kind of we have to a little bit. If you had any critiques, I think it's great. I think it already feels like kind of like a AAA type inspired app.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anything, this kind of trip gauge on this that kind of pulls up. I love it a little bit. Maybe play around with some more with the colors and font sizes.
Yeah.
I think it kind of blends together. I obviously know what part of the strip I'm on with actually like your timeline, so that's cool. But if that would
Yeah.
be my only critique. How about you?
Yeah, I definitely agree with sizes,
Sizes.
because I imagine with like my parents, sometimes they have the text enlarged and stuff, and so it really just depends on the audience. And with an app like this, I'm sure you want it to be open to everyone.
Yeah. But great example of a good case study.
Yeah, it's great work, and I love the map that's behind the phones too. That just
good.
yeah, that looks super classy.
Very classy. We love it. Okay, moving right. Oh, that's the leaderboard.
Nice. Do we know who uploaded that last one too?
That was Jovan.
Nice. Yeah, thank you, Jovan.
Jovan, that was awesome.
Super great work.
Alrighty. So I think that was the one we have up from today.
Okay. Yeah, because I know it's usually very hard to get it done like that quickly, and a lot of
Yeah.
times people are able like working on it for the rest of the day. Because I know when I've done these challenges, like I see the stream happening, I'm like, oh no, I gotta get it done, but it's like I just want to work on it a little more and get it submitted. So sometimes it's better just to wait and get it submitted, you know.
Absolutely. All right. But you know, that's all good. And we talked about the challenge from yesterday, so we'll dive into a couple of those that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, some cool leaderboards.
So we got leaderboards using the UI, or I think what is it called? What is the plugin actually called?
UI Faces.
UI Faces. And there's a bunch of different plugins that are actually doing this, kind of like randomly generating profile pictures or avatars.
Or stock photos even. Like they have
it's really hard to do. Sometimes you just don't want to use someone's or your own picture. So let's see. So this is the leaderboard. Let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Oh, we are on an Android.
Oh, okay.
Cool, and it's a working prototype. Cool.
Yeah.
So let's check it out. We got a leaderboard. So a little right off the bat, I'm a little bit confused between points, and I get points and rank. I'm not sure what this 60 means. Maybe I will as soon as I get into the app, but just right off the board, a lot of numbers right up front. It's always, I think, you know, highlighting whatever, if the 60 is important, is the most important number, it's great that it's highlighted, just not really sure what it is. So we're going to move right along. This is the home.
Okay, so
maybe it was miles? Maybe it was miles.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, something with running, of course.
Alrighty. Cool. So we got a birthday gift. Interesting. Go back home. It's an inbox. So it's just we got an inbox with a running app. That's awesome.
Yeah, they have a little messaging system to maybe get like a little more competitive.
Awesome. Or just maybe forming communities.
Yeah, that's true.
Around people who run.
Yeah.
Ooh, she averages 2.6 miles a day. Cool. Good for her.
Nice.
So we got a mailbox. We have friends counts. We have an invite. And so that's what the leaderboard was kind of talking about here.
Okay.
And just look at all of these UI. Look at all these beautiful faces.
Right.
All the different variety and type. And here's another one. I'm getting it now. I think this is miles. Okay. This is miles run, I think.
That's a lot of miles.
Not really sure the point. So when you're using just numbers, anything like that, just making it a little bit clear.
Yeah.
Very cool. You have a iPhone. You don't have an Android phone?
No, I have an iPhone.
You have an iPhone.
So when I see stuff in this format, it just throws me off. So I'm just not used to it.
Same. It's always good to have a little bit of understanding of both phones, especially if you're designing for both of them.
Definitely.
It's big. A lot of people are make their designs for iOS. So or for the Apple iOS. So it's.
Oh, he said click the trophy. I don't know if it was Cornelian Block.
I don't think I can. Maybe
I can't. Yeah, maybe on one of these other screens might be linked.
I think that was it.
Or maybe it's not his app and he's just noticed it wasn't clickable. I don't know.
Very cool. Okay. Cool
yeah, he was saying thanks for the feedback. Yeah, no problem too. Great work with this too.
Yes.
Super cool.
Yes, though I love the idea of kind of this, almost kind of feels like Strava. Have you ever used Strava? It's for biking.
No, I haven't heard of that.
It's an app that you can track your miles and kind of see where you've been. So.
Okay.
But I love that, but it's bigger on community, and I love that. When you're running, and if you like to run, this is a great way to kind of build your running group, right?
And with the name too, it works. Runner. It's just like an R at the end.
Looks great. Cool. Nice. Leaderboard. Nice. Okay. Let's see if there's any have generated. Let's go with...
Yeah, because I don't think we got to see some of
these. Look at this one. I haven't seen this one. Is this clickable? No. So here we go. Here's the leaderboard.
Nice. So right off the bat, too, the white text on the light blue is a little hard to read at times,
It's a little hard to read.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not really sure kind of where, again, we're talking about mock-ups, we're talking about case studies, and kind of presenting, and having it just simply in the right dimensions right off the bat is helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Just to kind of so I can see, like, I can see, like, this is the bottom, so maybe that's, because I'm not sure, I'm probably not supposed to see that. So maybe this is like the dimensions.
Okay, I can see that. And it looks like those circles right there, there's an opportunity to use UI faces.
Yep.
So if you get that plug-in, it's super easy and it's a lot of fun, which you might already know.
Yeah. But maybe this is just didn't have the time to finish up. But that's all good. You have them here. Very cool. Intermediate, beginner. Looks like it's how many courses somebody took.
Okay.
It's a little small.
Yep.
Even like kind of blown up on my screen, which is, it wouldn't actually be on a phone. My recommendation is get it on a phone.
Yeah.
Get it on the right dimension, the right screen size, and then look at it and try to read it or show it to other people. At XD has a really cool option to kind of send it.
Yeah,
to
where
the
you can
cloud
kind
on
of
your
like
phone.
export it, or
you
yeah,
can
mobile
export.
preview is what it's called,
Mobile
where you can view
preview.
it with the app directly.
Yeah, that'll help. That'll help you see kind of what you're working with font size, and if you can see it against this blue. It's a cool blue. Just need to get that font up.
And I see Paulo's asking what program is this. This is Adobe XD. So if you get a chance to check it out too, this is a really great program that Adobe has where you can make stuff that's interactive. So you should definitely check it out if you don't know already.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
There we go. Oh, open up.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, cool. So we got some moving.
Steps with friends.
Leaderboard.
Reminds me of like Words with Friends. I don't know if you
Steps
play
with
that one.
friends. So who moved around the longest or the farthest, maybe? Farthest.
Okay.
Longest, farthest.
Farthest, the most
I guess if
steps.
you're running, it's not the longest, but you are going farther. Here we go. I love the top 3 being kind of highlighted at the top in like their own little like showcase format. It's like these are the top 3. These are awesome people.
Yeah, they really feel like they're featured and
They
highlighted
really feel
right
like
there.
they're featured.
Because that'd be incentive for me to go get some steps. Be like, oh yeah, look everyone, look, check it out, I'm on the top. Like,
Yeah. I wonder if this was also made for Android. I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure.
And look at all these faces.
Yeah, incredible use of UI faces. I'm sure it's super fun just to go through there and pick them or just do them randomly too and see what happens.
It's great. It's really, really great.
Yeah.
And that used to take so long to find just like examples of people, random people. It's great with that plugin. You can also generate, maybe it's an app that only women use.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
it's an app that
specify, or if
people of a
it's-
certain age probably you're trying to get. You can actually specify in those plugins.
Yeah, that's
So
super
it's great. These look to be a lot of like working out or running.
Yeah.
And not anybody can do that. So these could be anybody. This could be any type of face. Ooh, bags. Like is it a game?
Oh, maybe groceries or something. Blue Springs Community Leaderboards.
I think it might be a game. So how do we feel? I think I'm liking what you're the play with color here.
Yeah.
We have the brightest yellow, kind of darker, and then we get into gray and then black. I would try to get a little more consistent with this. I think it would just help kind of tie it together. You're right now there's a lot of colors on the screen.
Yeah.
A lot of different shades. As well as that is the stroke that you're using.
Yeah, around the UI faces.
Around the faces and around kind of this here.
Yeah. The typeface, I think it works up above at the very top where you're saying leaderboard. But then when you start to get into where it says bags and the names and stuff, it starts to be a little harder to read from a distance.
Definitely.
Like, it's a fun, playful typeface, but then, yeah, you kind of lose the seriousness behind it. But I also don't know what the bags are representing or symbolizing too, still.
Yeah.
And then also one more thing is around 18 bags, it just feels like it's really tight on the edges
Very tight,
too.
yeah.
So maybe if you brought that in a little bit or if you played with the format a little bit, that would
Yeah.
be something I'd pay attention to.
I think consistency is key.
Yeah.
If so, it's either you play with color, and have everything the same and kind of let color be the way that people's eyes get attracted to certain areas, or if you want to play with different strokes, then maybe keep those all the same color. Do you know what I mean? So there's so many different ways you can improve upon this. I think it's a really cool concept in general. Maybe it's like a game leaderboard, and I like that you can kind of see. Over here, I'm a little confused with these arrows. Maybe she was up, and like last week, and now she's down. I think that's something definitely to play with. There's definitely some issues with padding and things being a little close. Of course, we're feeling a little tight, a little claustrophobic.
Yeah. But great effort too, and like it looks good and everything too. I mean, this is awesome. Just be able to play with UI faces and be able to learn how these tools work is just incredible.
Yeah, and just playing around with them, it's just fun to just start making.
Yeah.
And I can see that you just like started making, so.
And I know we talked about colors too, and with the assets panel in Adobe XD, it's so easy to be able to go to Adobe Color and find like a beautiful color palette you really like and learn how to like apply that directly to the designs you're working with. And sometimes it really helps me to kind of limit to a specific color palette. Because if it's way open, then it's like, it may be almost overwhelming, or I want to add stuff everywhere.
Yeah. Cornelian just brought up a question. It seems you always need an onboarding process in UX design. Thoughts? Yeah, you kind of do. Someone's going to start using your tool, your product, your app. They need an intro.
Yeah.
You can't, sometimes you're not going to be able to explain it. So a sign-in also gets people, it helps to start with onboarding. You want to collect people's names. Maybe you want to get their profile picture to be the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Like on, maybe they want to use their Facebook account. But the point is just how do you intro someone to your idea, your app? It's probably going to need an onboarding. And showcasing an onboarding, even with a project that's not real and is just maybe a side project or a fun
passion project or something.
A thought project or whatever we're calling it. It's good to have an example of what you're thinking of. Maybe it doesn't onboard exactly how you want it to, but it's good to have that or to start practicing onboarding. And I will say, when you start as a designer, a UX designer, you definitely, that's like the first job you get. Is like, design the onboarding experience.
Yeah.
And so it's always good to practice that. It's all, yeah. Before you get the features, you get the onboarding.
And so just one thing to clarify too, when we're talking about onboarding, are we talking about when people register and sign up, or are we talking about when they get like a tutorial of like, oh, where these buttons are on the app?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think it is both. I think they're totally hand in hand. When is the first time you're going to learn about the app? It's going to be here. Let's go to Roadtrip Randomizer.
Yeah.
They have a really good expression of it. Here we go. The first time you're going to, onboarding usually happens before, maybe after sign-in, depending. But that's like the tutorial you get for the app.
Yeah.
And usually the first time you're going to learn about it is when you sign in for the first time.
Yeah, that's when they usually clarify what certain stuff is.
Yeah, so it is clarifying. Sign-in is separate from onboarding, but they usually happen around the same time. And here's a good, this is a great example, this project's a great example of just kind of showing your initial thoughts around it. Maybe you log in with Facebook, maybe you log in with Google, maybe you have the actual app itself has its own login.
But it's so nice to be able to give people options. Because there's so many times when I'm using an app and I just click log in with Facebook real quick.
Yeah, and there's
or Google just to streamline the process.
And there's different ways to sign in, different necessities the app has for a sign-in.
Yeah.
So. Cool.
Oh yeah, cool. Super cool.
All right, let's see. We have any more? How are we doing on time? All right.
I think we're still
doing great
right now.
I don't know if we saw this one. This looks kind of familiar.
Oh, there we go.
Cool.
Oh, wow, we didn't see this one. That color.
Alrighty, I think this is
nice.
Is this clickable? Not so much. That's all good.
Yeah.
We got the faces we need. Hello faces. All right, so right off the bat, here we go. A lot of playing with the colors from like the top three.
Yeah.
Right?
Like they really want to feature them.
Really want to feature the top three, and I think that's great. And using kind of the what like number one definitely stands out. With the past project we saw, they actually made the stroke around the profile picture, kind of like the highlighting color. These are just little numbers, little indicating numbers on the side here. I think there's a lot to be played with here with the padding. Again, I'm feeling a little claustrophobic.
Well, just like the layout, I think something really useful to turn on is like the grids in Adobe XD, because then you can actually make sure everything's lined up and if it makes sense. And yeah, I would recommend like definitely looking into the grids because it just helps make everything feel uniform, especially when you're working on multiple pages. Because then, if you're not using them, then it can kind of go all over the place. Yeah.
Number two is floating off a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of want to bring her back in.
And I get what you're doing too. You're like having to like stagger it a little bit, which is cool. But I think if it had like a grid behind it too, then it would help communicate that a little more.
Yeah. Let's see. Sarah Jo, how do we feel about I like a leaderboard. Very clear.
Yeah.
Clear up there. Names are starting to get a little totally readable, so I can legible.
But the trophies next to the names, like 4, 5, and 6 too, actually I can still kind of see them pretty well, I think.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I wonder with the navigation, another thing you should look into was it Stark? Is the accessibility plugin?
Stark, yeah.
Yeah, to be able to just make sure all of the buttons and everything look good. Like, I know the bottom menu, it looks like there's a lot of contrast in there, but it's always good just to kind of double check. Yeah.
Yeah. Designing for accessibility.
Yeah, it's super important.
It's important. Just keep it in the back of your head.
Yeah.
Or in the front.
Oh, yeah.
All
just
right.
somewhere.
Somewhere. Put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Different people are going to use your app. Right. It's a good point, Cornelian, about telling the story. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We know that this is, you're just, at this point, we're just making like an initial, just the screen of the leaderboard. So we'll get around that too.
And I do see a question from Cornelian real quick. How would you suggest creating a complete project in a short time? So we were kind of trying to do that here, and I think a lot of it really helped by using the resources that Adobe has available. By using stock, Adobe Color, Adobe Fonts.
Using those UI kits.
Yeah, those definitely. Those UI kits definitely gave us like a boost. And so by using all these things that are already provided for you, rather than building everything from scratch, it allows you to build a complete project in a short time.
Yeah.
So definitely look into all those resources available.
And as you go on, it'll become second nature.
Yeah.
You'll know you'll need certain things and certain screens. And I think for the Creative Challenge, we're just looking at this initial. And so, but we know that it could be part of a bigger system. So we're just taking account of that.
Definitely.
Hello, faces.
Yeah, UI faces.
Hello, leaderboard and faces.
Awesome. And even if I was just glancing at this, like they feel like real people. Like I wouldn't think it was just a plugin or stock photos. Like
these are like real people's photos. You could definitely tell. They don't look like staged.
Yeah, they aren't like professional headshots.
Not everyone
or anything.
has a professional headshot. Yeah. That's right. It's nice if you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually like a phone, like a selfie.
Yeah,
for
or
a
like
profile pic.
it's something random, like in front of like an ocean or
your vacation.
Yeah.
I think this was great. I think this totally plays in. Wow, totally. This is like perfect example of how we were saying, using color to kind of highlight using.
And I think the hierarchy,
this hierarchy is great.
With like the top 3 people up top, I feel like that works pretty well too, because it doesn't feel random. It feels like there's an order to where they're placed for the most part.
And there is. There's definitely, the spacing is definitely a little bit more breathable.
Definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Leaderboard.
Nice. Notifications, trophy, menu. Super cool.
Cool. I like the font you're using too.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very easy to read. Cool.
Yeah. How are we looking with more of these?
Let's see. Oh, here we go.
How many more we have?
Let's just double check time. Oh, we are almost at time. But do we
want to? That's what I say, because I do want to just do a quick overview of this real quick in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, let's do one overview with Colby. It was the last overview.
Right, it's crazy.
The project's here, we're done.
Oh no.
Okay, let's overview it.
So let's look right here real quick at our prototype again, just so everyone who doesn't know. It's a hurricane preparedness app. We're calling it Hurricare. So you can go log in. Oh no. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong one maybe. So yeah, add a little bit of animation to it. You can go sign in, sign up. We have keyboard added as an overlay. Oop, let's see. I should just make this full screen. Sign in. You have our map that's going on. You have our profile. We have stuff that's nearby. We added some little like triggers in there so we can drag it and it kind of animates it. You can bring up the specific locations. You can add comments. You can close it. You can see what everyone else is saying in the community, which is super cool. And then I'll go back over to this case study. And the way I like to do it is I'll draw it out and then I'll lay it out really rough over here. And then I'll just copy those and I'll start to put in the elements over here. And so I will be publishing this project this week, but I want to make sure everything's exactly how I want it to be and make sure it's all cleaned up. And so I leave spaces in here for me to embed the XD project. And then I just break down everything that I can. And so I give more spaces so I can show those animations and interactions as well. But that's that's kind of where we're at for the most part.
So Colby will be publishing this to his Behance.
Yeah.
His links will be all over. His links are in or have been in the chat.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's been a good.
It's been so sad leaving. Like this is so much fun, and I'm so grateful for Adobe and and Alexis and everyone else who's helped make this happen. So thank you very much. This has been so much fun creating this app together, our app.
Oh yeah, it's our app. Great job. Round of applause.
Oh, thank you.
Good job, Colby.
And be sure to tune in next week too for some more Adobe Live videos. It should be super cool, like always. I'll probably be in the chat saying hi, watching these, doing the challenges alongside y'all. So.
Adobe Live, we'll see you next week.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.